Watch the ride.
Well, hello everybody. What an amazing evening. It's been so nice the weather down here for the past couple of days, and I have been very busy. And that's why this is just like a little evening ride, chill out. And I'm also going to pop into Bike Night because I'd be interested to see how many people are there, because it does seem to be getting a little tamer, as in not less numbers, just people seem to be being a bit tamer. But yes, anyway, this past week I have been very busy working on a particular video. And it's just taken a bit longer than it normally would take, and then I had to wait on a few other bits and pieces, and I'm still waiting on some approvals for that, which you'll see in time to come. So other than that video, I've been waiting on parts for the XJ6 to get that finished, which actually did end up arriving quite a few days ago now. But I'm only going to get to actually film putting the XJ6 finally back together tomorrow, which is great. But I've also had to spend a couple of days doing domestic sort of like gardening and stuff to hack it all back as it's grown with all this rain and the sun's out now. I need to get it hacked back because after I get the XJ6 back on the road, I am back to reviewing bikes, as many as I possibly can, which is going to be great. And I don't know exactly which bikes I will and won't be getting. There's a couple I do know about so far. And I'm going to be speaking to whoever I can to get what I can when I can. Alright then, let's see how many people are down here. I was expecting it to be a lot busier than maybe it is, because I haven't heard hardly anyone. Or, as I say, people are being a lot more tame. Wow, no, I think people are just genuinely being a lot more tame. Because there is a ton of bikes. That's good, because it was getting a little bit out of hand towards the end of, middle of last year. There was a few nights that were just a little bit like, yeah, this isn't going to be able to continue at this rate. Shall I park up somewhere and have a wander around? Oh dear. So, alright. Yeah, so bikes start down there. They're all going up this way. There's bloody tons of them. I've parked up the front there so I can get out. It's got their radio going. Okay, so we've got all the scooters over this side. Harleys, it was a good mix. It is a good mix. Hello. Well, damn. There is quite a few. That's the new. Oh, I do need to get back up to date with BMW, because the last XR, RR, and R that I rode were years ago, proper years ago. Oh. Out van. Very low numbers, or at least it looks like very low numbers of L plates, which is a bit of a concern. I always like to see tons of L plates at meets, because they tend to be the most sort of like up for it people. They really want to get into the social side, so there needs to be new blood. Oh, cool. Well, cool. I'm very glad this has kicked off down here. You know, there's a bit of bike life where I live now. Do you want to go across? So yes, I'm in rather a chipper mood, because I'm getting to the end of a lot of jobs that needed to be done, and jobs that have to be done like once a year. And I'm just about to get into the fun side of, you know, riding other people's bikes. I do all this maintenance to my bikes just to get to the summer to then ride other people's. But, you know, hey, that's fun. There's also a few things that I've talked about over the past few months that never really came to fruition, and I want to just sort of not close, because I'm still planning to do them all, it's just they're getting delayed and why they're getting delayed. So I talked about getting 4 more clocks done for the Metalworks. The reason that didn't get done is because I hurt my back in the start, and then it was just thing after thing after thing after thing. My list of jobs to do is longer than the days I have, so there's always an amount of stuff that has to get like cut off, trimmed as it were, edited for time, because there's just so much stuff I want to get done. And I also need to find time to not be doing things, because it's really good for your mental health to not be literally working 24/7. So I am still planning on those done, but I'm not putting any rush on it right now. I also talked about doing leather key tags, if you remember. I have the leather, I have all of the clasps and everything, but unfortunately the machine that I was going to be using to do those wasn't available after I thought it was going to be, which is fine. I've just got to find someone out there who can do it. So if any of you do laser cutting stroke engraving, and I don't mean as a hobby, I mean if you're like a professional, the only reason I say that is because I don't want to give this leather to someone who doesn't know what they're doing and it just get messed up. I need someone to be good at what they're doing. I mean, I'll pay someone to do it, it just can't be ridiculous. So if any of you do anything like that, let me know, because I've got a big piece of leather and I have a design that needs to be both cut out and engraved. It's 2.4mm leather, real leather, just so you know what sort of power laser you're going to need. So yeah, if you watch regularly and you're like, why did that not happen and why did that not happen, it's simply that. It's just trying to get everything I need to get done. And sometimes you have to just be like, I don't have time to do that. And the worst thing I do is I talk about what I'm planning on doing, and then when it all goes tits up, people are like, well, what happened there? Like, well, life. So I'm trying not to say too much about things I've got planned, other than stuff that I know is going to happen. Like, I know I'm reviewing bikes this summer. And before anyone says, will you be reviewing X, Y or Z? If it is a brand I've already worked with, maybe. If it's a brand I've never worked with, like Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, KTM, etc., then the best thing you can do is ask those companies to lend me a bike. If you ask me to ask them, they're just going to be like, who, what? No. If you ask, then it shows there's an interest in people wanting to see my opinion on it, and that is what will drive people to possibly lend me bikes from other brands. I've spoken to many of these other brands and they're all quite cool and friendly, but the problem is they just don't like my model. They don't like the fact that I won't go to their press days and I won't do any of that stuff. I just want to be given the bike for a couple of weeks and left to it. Not 2 nights in a row. Those two nearly crashed into me coming off of a pavement yesterday. So yeah, that's where I've been, where I'm at, and where I'm going to in the next few months. The fact that we're now getting into the summer is just so good. Well, you know, the nicer weather is so good. If you'd like to help support me, then please consider doing that through Patreon, links in the description. There's also other ways, merch store, t-shirts, all that sort of stuff. Thought I'd come back through from this direction as I missed all these guys. I should do a video at some point just watching them. There's a DR! There's a yellow DR! Hell yes! Hello DR brother, you're probably the only other DR I see on the island at the moment. There used to be another blue and white one, but I haven't seen that for a long time. It was here for like a month. Pick my way through. So this is why I need slow control for going through bike lanes. A little ducky! There's a duck! CBR sounds, eh? Okay, well this has been a nice little evening ride. It's been really cool to see all the bikes down and people being like nice and respectful to the area. It's absolutely fantastic. It's bringing life to this island that isn't, it's going to annoy the locals too much, because trust me, you fart too loud and there's a post on the local group going, I can't believe all these people are farting. It's disgusting. I don't fart. That was the dog.